So when I think about my journey to work at El Futuro, I think about the time that I spent in Argentina working with students there, and I kept coming into contact with people who had been through really difficult things, that had had really difficult situations in their life and in their family, and I found myself sitting with these people and thinking, I want to help.
So some of the challenges that immigrants face here when they come here are language, of course, just different customs and different culture, prejudice against them, and often they're worried about things that are happening back where they've come from home. Often they're economic migrants, sometimes they're fleeing something worse.
There are still relatively few resources here for such a growing population, so a lot of the experiences that I had, especially when I was a teacher and now, is students don't really see themselves in some of the adults that they work with. I think there's a real strength in being able to say, you know, there's a Latino teacher or a Latino administrator or somebody that they can look up to, and that's something that's still missing, I think, in Durham or North Carolina, period.
They're often victimized because they don't understand the ropes here, and so people take advantage of them in lots of ways. People from Mexico come here and they often think that everything works here and that you can trust everyone here, and that's not true, of course. I've had to help them with lots of things, like yesterday I was at the dentist translating. I have checked all the children to get their passports who were born here. I've argued with landlords, and I've argued with accountants, tax people. I don't really, I guess maybe like that. Just do that and I'll make it super tomorrow.
So you have all these additional stressors of academics, of family, and then you don't have any outlets. So I think you can combine all of that stuff, and it forms a really, it's a significant burden, and that I think leads a lot of times to depression. I'd say, I wouldn't want to put a percentage on it, but a significant number of the students I work with do present with symptoms of depression. Until they have a sense of connection, a sense of care from an adult that they're working with, I don't think they feel comfortable communicating these concerns. So I think there needs to be more awareness from the people who work in the school levels, who work throughout the community, of what these students are going through, in order to see those signs and pick up on them earlier.
Immigrant people have a different view of work and its value, I think, than Americans do. For instance, what comes to mind is like when someone comes here and you give them a job washing dishes, they're very enthusiastic, whereas if an American is asked to wash dishes, it's considered a failure. So the work ethic is entirely different. There's no shame in menial labor. It's been a lesson for me.
I think the real strength of El Futuro is accessibility. Accessibility in the sense that so many of the therapists that work there are familiar with the demographic, familiar with the culture. The real strength is the fact that it's 100% bilingual, the fact that there doesn't have to be any interpretation services provided for these families, for these students. With that piece comes a lot of cultural awareness, cultural competency that I think is really strong. So El Futuro being that source where families can be directed and families can get culturally sensitive therapists that work with them is an invaluable asset, because there are so few agencies in the area that do provide that service.
So I think that's the first step of welcoming them, is to say, this place is for you. And I think it's important for me to go into sessions remembering that this person is really valuable and this person is very loved. If we're able to sort of hold that space together, hopefully I'll be able to see that, but really the goal is hopefully they'll be able to see that in themselves. It's reminding them that I'm human, they're human, and trying to find that human point of connection, but hopefully in a way that honors their particular experience and honors their cultural background as well. I feel so privileged to sit in the same room as people who have taken incredible journeys, have faced hardships that most of us couldn't even imagine. And it's just amazing to see the transformation.